My mummy and daddy loved each other very much, and they decided they wanted a third son.
You're the youngest.
Yes.
Third son.
He's never actually told me this.
I'm actually between two miscarriages, actually, so I'm pretty lucky, in all honesty.
Jesus Christ.
But, what?
I didn't realise that you were the third.
Yeah, I've got Anthony, who's a brother with Asperger's.
Yeah.
And he's 33 now.
Yeah.
I've got Daniel, who's 29.
All right.
And then it's me.
That's quite an age gap.
It is.
Yeah, it's about the same age gap between me and my siblings.
It is, which is so Anthony still lives at home. So he's always been the bigger one, and obviously because he has temper tantrums, it's always been a bit terrifying, which is why I speak so much when I'm out, sort of thing, because I can't speak much at home.
I see the feeling.
No, I
But,
didn't.
I don't want to talk about that bullshit. Right. So basically.
And modest too.
What?
And modest too.
And modest too. Right. And basically, I used to be a scout and explorer. Don't you laugh at that?
I used to be a guy.
I was a scout too.
I only got to Cub Scouts.
Scout numbers have
And then I
gone
hit
up.
the
I'm
bottom.
like the only
I got
person
kicked
ever
out.
who wasn't a scout or a brownie.
I tried for 2 weeks and I hated it so much.
God, you're
I love
rubbish.
it. You just got to
I
dig
got
around
bullied.
and buy
From the rainbow
marshmallows.
guy.
You got bullied at
Yes, I
Scout.
I'm sorry, but going to Scouts, you have to admit, even is lame. But if you get picked on at Scouts, that's just like you're.
Antonio, show your face.
Antonio, show your face.
Show your face. Show your face.
First gun win.
Right, no, come here. Show your face.
No.
Show your face and
Don't
tell us.
make me come up with
And tell us you got bullied at Scouts.
That's like Ghana accusing another. Couldn't you have been third world? Anyway.
Look at you
Damn.
trying to shoehorn politics in.
Yeah. Right, so
So
global politics, which is another kind of worms. Anyway, so I used to be a scout, and my last ever scout camp, which was when I was 17.
You've been in it.
But hey, the camera's on me, not what's her name over there.
It's
a
the
sergeant.
wanker.
Oh, well.
See, I like how she's being, loyal.
Sensible.
Yeah.
Bored.
It's not on record though. Anyway, so so I went to this last scout camp and it was the biggest one I think I'd ever been to. It was like a century since Scout started or something like that.
It wasn't peak 2005, was it?
What?
Peak 2005?
No.
Good.
You stop interrupting him so he can tell the
I
story.
can't remember what it was called, but it was a Confido camp, but this time it was even bigger than the rest. So I ended up with my troop there, and it was one of these things where there was lots of workshops, there was lots of stuff to do. There was like a flight simulator, like a proper big one, and stuff like that. So you could just wander around all day, and then at night there was like music, there was like stuff in the gazebo where you could dance, do a bit of karaoke, which I took up. But during the day, there was someone called Lewis Bell in our troop, and he was a bit of a dick, really, in terms of it wasn't that he was popular. He wasn't popular at all. But because he was so much of a dick, and he ended up hanging around with these two girls from a different troop, and like talking to them and not smooching up to them literally, but like kissing asses and stuff. And it was me and a few people who were walking past, and he looked over to us and did this hilarious gesture. Jealous. I'll do that for your benefit as well. Jealous. So basically, the guy turned around to me and said, "Grant, why don't you interrupt his plans and steal one of the girls?" And I was like, "Okay." And I took it as a joke. So I went up to one of them, the more good-looking one, because the other one looked like a horse. Like, not even a Black Beauty horse. One of the horses that, doesn't even make the Grand National.
And then it turns out she's actually in the guild now.
No, she's not.
Can I point out this is better than Frost versus Nixon, so I
It
want to
is.
hear the conclusion.
Right, so basically what happened was, I went up to this girl and said, "Hello!" And she said, "Hello," And then I said, "Who are you?" Really aggressively like that. So I said, "My name's Miranda." And I said, "All right, my name's Grant." Really nicely. So we started to get chatting and stuff with her and her horse friend. And Lewis as well. And Lewis didn't seem very happy, but I was hanging around her as well, but I persisted. And it was so we went round, and she was really cool actually. And so we talked a lot, and she seemed to find me cool for some reason. I don't know why. And it ended up where I was actually hanging around with them more than Lewis was, who was looking quite put out for me. But the day after, me and this girl had grown so close that we'd actually started holding hands. And I remember the time when I went to hold a hand, because it was like we were sitting down in a gazebo, and I just went, put my hand on her. I was like, you know what, I'm going to get a distance order here, and a restraining order. But no, she seemed quite happy with it. She actually gripped my hand, and I was like, what's happening?